Morning everyone, week 2. I'm at the Grand Coba today. I'm currently walking around the car park of the Grand Coba because where I just tried to do an introduction is very noisy, and we'll talk about that in a second. I thought I'd do a video on what's going on at Coba because there's lots of people talking about it in the Bahia Principe Facebook groups, and it's where the fire was that I've mentioned a few times. So for context, this resort has got 4 hotels currently. 2 of them are grand hotels, 2 of them are luxury hotels, it's, you know, the title. So the first one, the kind of cheapest one when you look to book, is Bahia Principe Grand Coba. First time really looking around this morning, looks fine, looks lovely. The next one up is the Bahia Principe Grand Tulum. That's where we're staying. Build is a bit more family friendly. It seems pretty much the same, but if you pay into the Tulum, you can use the Cobra facilities. Then the next one up is the Bahia Principe Luxury Akumal. I've had friends stay there before. I think again, little step up in price, some adults only areas, bit of a better kind of beach area than the others. And then above that is the Bahia Principe Luxury Sian Kaan, which is set back from the beach, but I think is all adults only. So yeah, if you pay for the Tulum, you get to use Cobra. If you pay for Akumal, you get to use Tulum and Cobra. If you pay for Sian Kaan, you get to use all of them. What happened a couple of months before we came, we got an email from TUI, and I think everybody who'd booked through TUI got this email because it went round the Facebook groups, to tell us that during our stay, because it's going to be for quite a few months, there's renovations going on at Coba. They are renovating some of the villas, they've closed some of the a la carte restaurants, and they're renovating the lobby. And that's because they're turning half of Coba into a 5th resort called Bahia Principe Tequila. And I don't know if this is going to be the top or the bottom, the middle. I think the top. So they let us know that it wouldn't affect our stay because we're staying in Tulum. Although it did mean, you know, there's less a la carte for us to book. I think one of the pools is out of action, and there would be some noise at Coba. He said, you know, during the day they'll just be using, so they'll only be working during the day, it'll just be hand tools, they won't be using loads of power tools. They'll keep business as usual, but if you wanted to change your booking, you could do so fee-free. So it wasn't like a free upgrade, but you could upgrade without paying a fee. So some people, I saw in the groups, moved their booking from Coba to Tulum. Some might have moved their booking from Coba to Akumal. Some people moved their booking from Bahia Principe to the Rio in Cancun, if you wanted to do that. We were already booked in Tulum, so we left as it was, we weren't too concerned. I just thought we'd come down and have a look when we came. But as I said, on the travel day, 3 days before we came, we're on the Facebook groups, we saw there was a fire here. Which makes you worried about what it's going to be like when you get there. Now the fire was at Coba. I think it was caused by the renovations. And it closed the buffet amongst other things. So for that first weekend we were here, Coba guests were told they could use the buffet at the Tulum resort, they could use the buffet at the Akumal resort, because there was no buffet here for a couple of days. And then this is where some of the controversy came from, because you would see people with Cobra wristbands in the pool at Tulum. Outrageous. Didn't bother us, but some people were like, hang on, we've paid for this. You've been allowed to use our buffet, but you shouldn't be allowed to use our pool bars. Sorry for the wind. Anyway, within a couple of days, it was all sorted out. And I think it's back to normal now in terms of what resorts people can use. But now we're down at Coba. We came on the first full night because we had an a la carte here, and we came yesterday just to use the sports bar to watch the football. But today we've come to use the pools and have a walk around. The Splash Park kids pool, we're getting to the noisy bit, is much better for Freddie here than the one at Tulum. The one at Tulum, the slides are a bit scary for her, and we're not allowed on to the structure to help her come down. Here, they're less scary, they're better for little kids, and you can go on. So, to come back to the fire was at the lobby, which, as I said, they're renovating. And the reason it's noisy here now is, there it is. So, let me spin round. It will get harder for you to hear me, I think. But this kind of thatch roof was all on fire, and the fire was, I think, about 10 days ago. So you can see now, obviously you can see how it's all been fenced off. You can hear guys with a chainsaw over there, just on time. But yeah, they've got the structure back in place with the timbers. There's more kind of timbers over there. And if I come round this way a bit, sorry, that's really close. It's a leaf blower, it's not a chainsaw. Voila. So up there, you can see like some of the thatch has been redone. And they're doing that, they've really thrown it up quickly. It's flipping leaf blower. I don't think they have as much red tape and health and safety about when they can get on a building site and start fixing stuff. They were just up there doing it. Little kids club there. So it was really loud back there, partly because of the renovations to the lobby, or partly because all the gardeners are out. So lawn mowers, leaf blowers, trimmers are all going off. So as we walk back around this way, it's much more quiet. You know, as they said, if you were staying here, you wouldn't have much disruption to your holiday. You can see maybe the back of that roof, possibly. Have a quick look at the splash park so you can see what it's like, but I don't want to be filming kids. Freddie will be on here somewhere with her mum. So it's a bit smaller. And the parents are allowed on that top bit. So it's now 11:30. Loads of beds still free everywhere. You can see Vicky over there. And I'll just have a walk over to the main pool. When we first came down here this morning, we got in the pool, it was over this way. Couldn't hear any work being done at all. So I thought, it really isn't disruptive. And then after a while I heard what I thought was a chainsaw, but it might have been the leaf blower. So maybe that's noise you would have heard if there was renovation going on or not, because it's just the gardeners actually, it's not the renovation. So again, let's look at the bed situation. Volleyball. Loads and loads of beds free. You're not struggling to kind of reserve beds. The villas around the pool still in use. So none of those are the ones being worked on. And since we've been at Coba today, I haven't seen any of the villas being worked on yet. Let's see what's going on. When we walked back from our a la carte on the first night, we walked from Coba to Tulum, and you did see lots of villas being worked on. They literally smashed to bits, concrete on the floor and all kinds. Here's a smaller pool and a swim up bar. And a snack bar. Again, is there a struggle for beds at 11:30? No. Again, the villas I'm looking at around the pool where you would be relaxing, no work going on at all. So no disruption to your holiday. And the question is, a week after the fire, attendees after the fire, where are Coba guests going for the buffet? Because I believe the central building where had the fire is where the buffet was, and that's why they had to come across to the other hotels. but I don't think they're coming using the other buffets anymore, Coba guests. And I saw people in again, a structure over here, which maybe is a snack bar that's been extended into a buffet for now. I don't know. We'll have a little walk around. Again, villas over there, but no work being done. I suppose if the work they're doing is to make it into a different hotel, the Tequila, then they need to be quite separate. So this is where I saw everyone this morning. Pace's snack bar. So I don't know this. People who are staying at Cobra who watch this video, let me know. Is this what they're using for the buffet? Don't know. There's people in there. But yeah, for today, really impressed with this place, to be honest. If you're coming here and you haven't changed your booking yet and you're still considering it, I mean, I'd say it's definitely worth upgrading to Tulum, because then you can use both. Or Akumal. But I wouldn't say it's worth moving your whole booking to another property, you know, up in Cancun or something. You would have, you get the trolley past the lobby and see where, no, not fire damage, but you see where they're rebuilding it. But other than that, you can't see any damage, no disruption. Everyone's having a great time. So, there you go. Hope that's useful. As I say, it's the first day we've properly spent down here since we got here over a week ago, so if anyone is here or has stayed here, let me know in the comments what it was like for you. But that's the end. See you later.